Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Lucretia with Cree's Signature Moves, and today we are going to make a meatloaf, enough for two people and a little left over. We are using bell peppers that I had from earlier today, and this right here, all vegetables. You got carrots, cabbage, green pepper, red peppers, all different type of vegetables, and this can be purchased right down in the link below. This is a part of my seasonings called Spice with Love. So yes, these are all dry vegetables. And you know what? When you're using these dry vegetables, these kind of hug the meat. It when it expands, once you cook it, it's going to start expanding. And this right here is a bountiful full of flavors. Right here, we're going to use just a little bit of this fresh garlic instead of so much of the garlic powder. The fresh garlic will also bring this meat alive. Instead of using toast for the bread to kind of fill it in, we will use planko. Now, you can use toast. You can take just two pieces of bread, cut them up, toast them, cut them up real fine, and put them inside of here. Also, a lot of times people use milk. You can use milk. I like to use a little bit of mayo. It could be Miracle Whip, it could be Hellmann's, whatever type of mayo, because the mayo already has the egg in it, and it's a moisturizer too. It has the oil in there already, so that helps moisturize it even more. And then of course we're going to add our egg. Now I do a little douse of Worcestershire sauce that just brings it out too. Now let's talk about onions, right? A lot of times you yellow onions, this type of onion, that type of onion. But this onion right here is a Spanish onion. And you see it's almost used up, but we're going to use probably half of it because the Spanish onion, unlike others, is bursting with flavors. It's bursting with flavors. Now the regular yellow onion, that's extremely strong. That'll make your eyes hurt. Okay, but the Spanish onion is a cross between the yellow onion and the sweet onion. And the sweet onion, primarily, you can just eat that straight. It's mild, but it's also sweet. So those are the seasoning. Of course, we're going to use a little meatloaf seasoning, and usually you can make your own meatloaf seasoning with flour, sugar, brown sugar, and salt, pepper, some celery seeds, different things like that. We'll do that another day. So let's start right here. So we're going to move this over. And we also going to add pepper. Now, if you want to add, we will add a little salt. But I just put the sea salt in there because the sea salt, you don't need that much. So I'm going to cut up these peppers, and we will be right back. And show you how to mix everything in because, I don't measure. So, but cook with love. And we'll be right back. Okay, so now we're cutting up all of the peppers. You can eye it yourself. This is about a pack of ground chuck beef. It is the 93, and then I purchased an 80% too. So I kind of mix them together. And you know why? Well, when you have more leaner, that's less fat. And you want that fat on this particular meal because this particular dish requires it to be very, very moist, right? Now you can purchase the green peppers and yellow peppers and red peppers. You can purchase those. Most of the time they already have them cut up, but it's something about just cutting these up fresh when you're making a dish like this. And also, if I'm going to cut these up, but if I don't use all of it, then I'll save them for tomorrow for an omelet. Now, right here, open this up. Always just take a pinch. Just eye it. A pinch. Put it right there. That's enough. Now here's the vegetables. Look at those vegetables. I always just take all of my seasons come sealed and everything like that, but I took this off because I'm cooking from home. Carrots, extremely sweet. So if you did not have this veggie mix, you could always take a carrot and just shave it in there like that. Gonna take a little bit of Worcestershire, shake that up, and just put it straight across right here. A little Miracle Whip. A lot of people say Miracle Whip is not mayo. Well, guess what? It's my mayo. Boom. Just that's enough. Just like that. Egg. Now I always take I always take that little white part out. Yeah. Just dip it right in there. What you could do is make a little mountain. Boom. Put it right in there. Rinse my hand off. Another thing that I do is I add a little bit of this Cento paste. This is extremely strong. The organic kind, just put a little bit in there, just like that. I'm going to cut the onions up. Now, remember, when you're cooking, after you cook this and you let it, always 350. You never go wrong with 350. If you're a new cook and you need to know, 350 is the best way to go. You see how I did this? You don't have to do to the side and all that. Just always cut along where the grain is. Along where the grain is. So when you do that, then you don't have to make all those cuts. Because look, this is all I had to do. And now I have my onion pieces. I didn't have to go across and down and around. Right? So then we're going to take all of this, cut this up really good. Need to add some pepper. I also do have a Cajun seasoning called Cajun Kick. If you want to add a little Cajun in there, you could also add a little red flakes, or you could add, which I do, jalapeno. Always, only for flavor. Just get a little kick and just take it, cut it down just a little bit, just like that. And very, very fine. And it opens that meat up with more flavor. And that's what we're looking for, flavor. Now, we're going to mix this up. I want to cut this up really, really fine. You won't even be able to taste it, but you will be, it won't like pop. Press it down, and we're going to add that panko. See how these look? Always just flip it around. Boom. You're going to dress everything. Just remember, you're just dressing everything up. And again, you can use regular toast if you like. So now we're going to mix this up. I'm going to add the meatloaf mix. You don't have to add all of the mix, right? But you can, because you're going to make your own gravy at the end anyway. So let's mix this up, and then we will be back. Okay, guys. So as you can see, I added something else, a little surprise. My favorite mushrooms. So I cut some mushrooms up. Just always moisture, moisture, moisture. Push this in here, make sure everything is in here. You see? You don't have to add anything else. I don't need to add any more mayo. I don't need to add milk. If people want to add that, they can. I've never done it. And then I'm going to use a non-stick pan. I use this pan also when I'm making my banana bread. Always use a non-stick pan, and if you don't, make sure you use a plastic bag when you're cooking so that it won't burn. You just make it right on into a loaf. And then midway through, just take your finger and go like that, and that opens, give it some air pockets in there. Make sure it's closed. Now, you can take a little flour and put on there if you like. And I use, it's an all-purpose flour, but it's really good. It's a gluten-free. And you could just put that inside of your pan if you like. We don't need any oil, anything like that, because remember, the mayo is the oil. Just lay it on in there. Boom. Put it on 350 and just let it ride.